everyone, it is Mage Captain Gilshanks, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. In the last part, we explored Clocktown a little bit, and we finally managed to find out the secret code. Okay, you know what, before I go into Southern accents, I actually have a plan for the Southern accent, so let's not spoil it here. So anyway, I don't know if you really got to see it there, because they really didn't have a chance to talk about it, but if you're playing as Deku Link, you can actually hop across the water. Now, the good thing about this is that it's fast. You don't have to worry about swimming. But the downside is the fact that, you know, you only have so many steps, so it kind of sucks, but, you know, it's part of the challenge, it's all fine and good. This is one of my favorite areas in at least the early parts of the game, because look how freaking trippy this is. This is like an LSD user's paradise. This is like so, like, groovy and far out and many other terms that are just culturally irrelevant because I wasn't born back then. So let's talk to this guy over here. Well, a strange-looking child has joined me today. Are you a new friend of the Barber's gang? Your manners seem much better than those of your mischievous friend from the other day. Humph, humph, humph. That ill-mannered troublemaker from the other day said he'd break my instruments. He said he'd steal my moon's tear, and there was no stopping him. Even now, just watch him. He's probably causing trouble around the clock tower. Yes, we will gaze into the telescope because there's something we actually have to do with this. Believe it or not, this is all part of progressing the plot. So you can look around and the controls are vertically inverted, so it's kind of awkward in that sense. But you'll notice that there's a strange light coming from the clock tower, so let's zoom in on it. And we have a wild skull kid, ladies and gentlemen. He's just sort of chilling there on the roof. Excuse me, the roof. And now we're checking out the moon with a face who's crying, and the tear is not even, like, coming from the bottom of the eye, so it's a little awkward looking, but nevertheless, that's one hell of a tear. It made a crack in the ground, so let's go pick that up and see what we can find. So let's get the hell out of here now. And I think that's about it. Of course, douchebag Dale has to say something to us. I don't know why I just gave him that nickname, but I don't really feel like making him talk anymore because he's outlived his usefulness to us, so we are simply going to escape. And I think it's adorable how Deku Link has to jump up to grab the handle to go outside. We now have the Moon's Tear. It's a gigantic magical gem sort of thing. It's very strange. You might wonder, what can we possibly do with this item? It doesn't really seem like it has any kind of use, but let's equip it anyway. So you go to the start menu, and now you can equip it to either C left, C down, or C right. I'm going to go with C down. Now, for the purposes of this Let's Play, if I refer to that as Z, it just means because on the GameCube, you can actually use the Z button as a sort of replacement for the down stick. I know it's very strange, but it does actually work that way. In the same sense, Y can be the left C stick and X the right C stick. So if okay, I had to look at the controller just to make sure. So if you see me refer to them by those names, so just like don't be confused, just because I never really use the C stick itself. So anyway, let's keep going down this way. And we're going to go all the way back to Clocktown, because unfortunately the only reason we really had to do that was to get the Moon's Tear. But unfortunately there are a couple, well not really unfortunately, very fortunately actually, why am I being a Debbie Downer about it? There are good things that we have to do. And first of all, we have to not go that way, actually that takes you to North Clocktown. We have to go back to South Clocktown, because there are a couple things I want to take care of before we get to the second day. It's very important that we do this at night. So, I know it doesn't really make sense why we need to do this at night yet, but it will in all due time. So be patient, everyone. Be very, very patient. We're gonna go towards this flower. We're gonna avoid the terrier over there. Wait, hang on! And this is what I was talking about before. I've decided that all the different species in this game are gonna have special accents. So all the Deku Scrubs are gonna have southern accents. Let's do this. This is my private property. Don't try using it when I'm not around. I've already sold out of my wares, and the carnival hasn't even begun. And I'm thinking of closing up shop so I can buy a gift for my wife and return to her in my village. I've heard that a stone called the Moon's Tear shines brighter than any other in the land. If you got one, I'd really like to get it from you. My wife would love it. If you give it to me, I'll give you my spot here. Deck flower included. So, now you can actually give it to him if you have it equipped with whatever button it's assigned to. Ah, that stone! You must hand it over to me. In exchange, I'll give you my spot here. Deck of flower included, yes? Yes. Let's do it. So, we gave him okay, let me just try to wrap my head around this. We gave him a jewel, and in turn, he gave us his estate. He actually gave us his friggin' flower, and we own it now. And now the guy actually has to find a different home because he traded us his friggin' title deed for it. And wait till you see what I have in store for that title deed. Oh, yes. Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about and probably find it strange that I'm doing it this early in the game, but yes. Oh, yes. That. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to have something very interesting to do with this title deed indeed. Title deed indeed. I didn't even mean to make that into a pun, but I kind of like it. So, let's go into the flower. First things first, and I don't know why, it shoots you so damn high up. So, when you come over here, you'll notice we have this very shiny thing. It's called a piece of heart. Very nice. Anyone who's ever played a Zelda game is very familiar with what these are. You collect 4 of them, and it increases your life unit by 1. So we have 3 right now, as you can see in the upper left corner, and we will have 4, provided we can collect 3 more of the heart pieces. Yes, yes, yes. You know what? Enough of your shit, Tattle. I have more important things to do. So, coming up is the reason why I wanted to do all this at night, because so far what we just did can be done any time of the day, but not what's coming up. What's coming up can only be done at night, I believe. I'm not actually, now that I think about it, I'm not 100% sure on that. Yes, I think it can only be done at night. In fact, I think it actually has to be done after 2 o'clock in the morning. I could be wrong about that. If I am, I think I'm going to look it up while I'm editing. Future self. That's a cue. Look it up. So anyway, if I am wrong about that, I will let you guys know. But I'm pretty sure that you actually have to do this at night, and it has to be after 2 o'clock in the morning, which means we are doing this at, like, pretty much the perfect time. Holy shit, there is a hand coming out of some strange space. What is that down there? Let's see what this guy wants. Pop, 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 paper, please! Well, we do have a piece of paper. What can we help you out with, man? You want some paper? Yay! I think that's what he does. He goes, yay! Ho! You saved me! Wait a minute. Is that a toilet? Did I just give him a friggin' title deed to an estate and he just used it to wipe his ass? Ladies and gentlemen, we have just helped the first citizen in this game because we helped him wipe his ass because he didn't have anything to do it with. Nintendo. Games for children, you know. Okay, it's all fine and good. And look at this. We have another shiny thing. Piece of heart. Or as HTBL, let's say, piece of power. Yes, I remember that Link to the Past LP. I loved that. Piece of power. So now we're going to take our 2 pieces of power and we're going to get the fuck out of here with them. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover for now. Is there anything else I want to do? There's nothing for the first night. There is something I want to take care of on the second day. But seeing as how we're actually doing a little ahead of schedule, so to speak. Both in real life and in the game's time. So, because I was expecting this to take somewhere around 8-9 minutes. So, since we've done all that, why don't we try just exploring Clocktown for a couple minutes while we, have to wait for dawn of the second day anyway. And so, let's figure out what's going on here. We have another piece of power up there, but you can't, I think it is possible to get it as Deku Link. Not 100% sure, and I've never been able to do it, because, like, you have to be really careful when you go up this slide. It would help tremendously if you can change the camera, but unfortunately you can't. And once you start sliding down, you cannot control it. Like, he has to go all the way down. You can't even, like, alter it. And that's the only way to get up here, because he's too short to get on this tree stump. And that's normally what you would do as human Link in order to actually go for... Oh, the sun's rising in order to go for that piece of heart. So in the meantime, we're going to collect some rupees because it's always nice to have more rupees. You can never have an excess until you hit 99, which you're actually pretty close to. So we almost are at the point where we can actually have an excess. And I really hope that the sun rises because there's, like, nothing I can do, like, at least nothing that's productive until the sun rises. So hopefully that actually... Oh, uh-oh. The screen is getting smaller. The border is getting larger. That's probably going to confuse me when I'm editing, but never mind that. We now have... Okay, has to do it one more time. And...
Dawn of the second day. 48 hours remain.
Welcome to day 2. Guys, we are at last 1/3 of the way done with this game, right? No. But, you know what? I don't think that's really much of a spoiler. In all honesty, I wouldn't have expected anyone to think that, like, the game is actually going to be done after the first 3 days, because that'd be, like, a major ripoff on Nintendo's part. So, like I mentioned in the last video, on the second day, you want to come back here and play this game again. Of course, it's much harder this time. In fact, I'm about to do something really cheap and horrible. This game is so damn hard. This next minigame, actually, I'm going to give you a quick look at it. You can press up on the C-stick and actually have, like, and go into first-person mode. This version of the game is so friggin' hard, I'm actually going to stop the video here and then start it up again and record it. Because if I mess it up, I don't want to have to show you guys all of that, and I don't want to keep track of how many minutes in. So I know I'm about 10 minutes in. So, see you guys in 1 sec. Okay, so let's talk to this sticker shrimp. Try selling a new record again today, young Gilshanks. One game is 10 rupees, and I'm probably gonna have to use all of those rupees. Oh my god, this is not gonna be fun, but at least I can just sort of come back at the successful attempt, so I don't have to worry about it that much. I'll show you the first failure, because I know there's gonna be at least one. So, first thing you want to do. Now, hold down A, don't go just yet. You'll notice that, passing across the screen right now is a platform with a blue rupee. That's the one I usually like to go for first. For two reasons. A, it's the easiest one to aim for, and B, if you at least make it to that one, you get, like, you can at least reimburse yourself half the way. So once it gets to that upper left corner, you want to go for that, and it's, again, it's kind of hard to make it. See how difficult it is this time around? It is so hard just making that first step. We are already pretty much, like, halfway done with the battle right there, because a major part of it is just making it for that one platform. And, of course, it's easy to screw yourself over here, too, if you don't, like, time this very well. See, I like when they're moving up and down, but when they're moving horizontally, it's very difficult to time this properly. So I am going to probably have really shitty commentary during these next few seconds because I want to make sure that I get this right. And this is very, very difficult. Oh my god, I didn't mess it up yet. Please don't tell me that, like, I could have actually just done this all in one go and I didn't have to, like, cut the video like a friggin' cheap ass. Oh, so far, not too bad. Of course, I don't want to say anything yet. I don't want to jinx it. I'm, like, really fucking nervous here because this is the hardest one. There's a day 3 version too, and in my opinion, that one's actually... Ah! I'm so freaking close. Okay, I think this is a good time to come back into the video. Once again, we have one more rupee to go for, and I'm a little nervous about it because we're really friggin' far. I'm gonna have to go for this other flower. I know it's a little tedious, but it's better than falling off. Alright, cool, we got it this time. That was only the 3rd try, actually. There's not all that much I have to cut out. This recording is still only a little over 4 minutes. Not too bad. So once again, we're rewarded with a purple rupee, but unfortunately this time there's really not all that much we can do with it because we've hit the limit. Yep. Unfortunately, the one kind of annoying thing about this game is that very early on they limit the number of rupees you can hold. Of course, this is going to change. We're going to be able to have a bigger wallet, but for the time being, we're going to have to make do with what we have now. So, now that I've taken care of that, that's pretty much everything I wanted to do on the 2nd day. So, I'm actually going to show you a trick for skipping ahead to the 3rd day. I don't know why I say things all awkwardly like this. So, I got to remember where the hell I'm going. Okay. Remember the inn where we just gave that title deed? You know, the friggin'... That's probably worth a fortune to... Actually, yeah, because it was worth that Moon's tier. We gave it to a guy, and he used it to wipe his ass. And we now have to go back to that inn, although we're not going back to Mr. Toilet Man. Instead, we're going to be talking to someone else, a different character. Now, this time, now you're probably wondering, why did I go on the roof last time when I could have just walked in the door? And the answer to that question is, at night, when you're actually supposed to do all this stuff, they won't let you in, so that's why you have to take that secret route. And that's why that guy is kind of secret, because he won't show up during the day, I'm pretty sure anyway. Now, you want to talk to this old bitch over here?
Oh, Tortoise, did you finish shopping, father?
No, that's not an old lady voice.
Then let mother read you a story. Now, which story would you like to hear?
Now, if you go for the carnival time, that's just going to skip 2 hours, and there's really not much of a point in doing that. But if you do the 4 giants, that'll take you all the way to the 3rd morning. So, let's do that.
The 4 giants, is it? This is quite long, but it is a good story for you to hear. So I'll read it with some extra gusto. Ahem. The 4 giants. This tale from long ago, when all the people weren't separated into 4 worlds like they are now. In those times, all people lived together, and the 4 giants lived among them. On the day of the festival that celebrates the harvest, the giants spoke to the people. We have chosen to guard the people while we sleep. 100 steps north, 100 steps south, 100 steps east, 100 steps west. If you have need, call us in a loud voice by declaring something such as, "The mountain blizzard has trapped us," or "The ocean is about to swallow us. Your cries shall carry to us." Oh, were you awake? I guess that story was a little hard for Tortoise. But don't give up. Try again later.
Yep, and, it skipped over the door to the final day. 24 hours remain. I mean, that's actually kind of pissed me off. I was not expecting that to be the case, but, I think this is, actually, is it getting, the episode's getting a little long. Okay, so, thank you guys for watching. In the next part, we are going to take advantage of the fact that we are now on the final day. We're going to go back to that Deku Scrub minigame, and we're going to play the somewhat easier game this time around, and be rewarded for completing it 3 days in a row. And then we're going to see what happens at the end of the 3rd day. So, see you guys next time.